Greetings, my beer-loving friends from all over the world. It's been a minute since we did our last video, and I figured this is a good time of the year to do a video. It's, well, the Christmas season, and we've got a very special Christmas beer that we're going to review today. I think you're going to like it. So let's get right into it. We're going to find out what makes it tick, and we're going to do it on So we are back and we're going to review our Christmas beer. Yes, Christmas here in the household. We celebrate Christmas. You can call it Hanukkah beer if you want, or Festivus, or whatever. But our special beer here today is going to be from Belgium. Now, if you've ever had some Belgian beers, they are fantastic. I mean, the Belgians really know how to produce some great ales. And this one's no exception. And there's a history behind the use of Belgian beers and the abbeys that they produce. Sometimes some of the oldest beers in the world will come from some of the still remaining breweries, and they're in Belgium. Without delay, St Bernardus Christmas Ale. You can find this pretty much anywhere. I found this at my local Total Wine. 750 milliliters of lovely beer, 1.9.4 fluid ounces at 10% alcohol. Now I'm going to go ahead and tell you this Christmas ale is going to be what they call a quadruple. In Belgian and Flemish beers, the abbeys would brew different strengths of beers for different reasons. They would brew their normal beers or doppels or perhaps triples or quadruples. In this case, this was the highest alcohol content, and subsequently, it costs more. So the residents of the towns or the people that the monks would sell their beer to, they would pay a little bit more for this beer. And this will be a special beer here too. St Bernardus Christmas Ale. I was reading a little bit about it, and I want to kind of give you a little bit of information from what I found out. The St Bernardus Christmas Ale is a Belgian quadruple, style known for high alcohol content, rich maltiness, and complex flavors. We're going to find out what kind of flavors those are. It's brewed by the renowned St Bernardus Abbey in Belgium, famous for producing some of the world's finest abbey beers. Now, I will agree with that because, again, the Belgians and even some of the ones we reviewed have come from abbeys or monasteries. There's a lot of them that have come from Munich, and a lot of them come from Germany and Belgium. They're being produced by the monks that know how to produce these beers. Typically released around the Christmas season. I did buy this during this season. It wasn't cheap. At my Total Wine, it was about 25 bucks. Aroma is complex, enticing with notes of dark fruit, caramel spice, and a subtle hint of alcohol. Now, that does sound like a wonderful Christmas pudding, doesn't it? Yeah, I can't wait to taste it. Now, without further delay, I do want to go ahead and open it. It does have a little twisty thing over here where you can release it, kind of like a wine bottle or champagne bottle. I do expect a little bit of a pop when I open it. I'm also going to be drinking it in my small glass for a couple of reasons. I don't want to drink it all at once. This is something that I can recork, I can put it back in, or I can put my I've got a little beer saver, a little thing I can slide over the top here, and it'll keep it nice and fresh. But it is also 10% alcohol. In a lot of places in America, if you get what they consider a high gravity beer, they're going to serve it generally within about a 10 ounce or less, 8 to 10 ounce glass, just because of its high alcohol content. You just have to know that when you get it, smaller size, there's a reason. Now, I'm going to go ahead and open this. I'm going to find out what makes it tick. I'm going to see if I can put a little cork next to the microphone here so we can hear it. Hopefully it doesn't go everywhere. Woo! That was lovely. That's what I like to hear. That's a pop that's worthy of a good beer. This is our little glass. We're going to pour it. We're going to pour it gently because I got to figure this is going to be a little bit, frothy. And it didn't disappoint. All righty, I'll put that there. Now, we judge these things on the 5 categories of the beer judge certification program: the aroma, the appearance, the taste, the mouthfeel, and of course the overall impression. I should say it goes without saying that the overall impression is going to be great. So let's do the aroma. Malty, caramelly. Yes, dark fruity. Plums and figs. A little bit of spice, maybe a clove, maybe a cinnamon, but a clove definitely. Maybe a little nutmeg. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the head is staying with us. Now, the aroma is wonderful. Yes, it is malty. It's got a lot of fruity, a lot of dark fruity smells to it, maybe even a cherry smell to it. The appearance, oh boy, what can we say about that? Slightly hazy, not very clear, not extremely bright, but it's got a little bit of haze to it. The bubbles are still coming up. It's retaining the head. If you'll notice, when I filled it, I was right there at glass proud, and at that point, it's just gone down just a little bit. So it's replenishing what it's losing. Smallish bubbles, not really big, but there are some larger ones in there. It's dark. It's kind of the color of really strong tea. Now, let's try the taste. Yes. Fruity. Kind of a little bit of a candy taste to it, very Christmassy. So you're going to get the clove taste to it. You're going to get the candy, almost like a hard candy taste to it. It does not hit you at all with the alcohol. On the back end, it's a very interesting taste. It's almost like a sweet bread. It's almost like a cake, if you would. Yeah, very cake-like. It's going to remind you of something you'll eat at Christmas time, maybe a dessert. In fact, this may be a great dessert beer too, by the way. It being a little bit higher in content of alcohol, the taste of it, the clove, the sweetness to it. Yes, it's going to be a little bit more of a dessert beer. Well balanced. In terms of the mouthfeel, it's actually quite dry for an ale. It's not bad. It's not off-putting. That's for sure. It's not overly effervescent. It doesn't explode in your mouth with, all of a sudden you get a bunch of bubbles that just kind of ruin the flavor, kind of push that alcohol into you. Maybe a little bit of bitterness that comes with that. No, nothing like that. Warming, very warming. So that mouthfeel is going to give you that warming feeling. It doesn't cloy. It doesn't sting, as you would think. Something like this would be higher in alcohol, a little bit higher in some other flavors. Nothing like that. Wonderful. Now, overall impression. Like I said, look, this is a Belgian Abbey style ale. You can't go wrong with it. The Belgians know how to produce their stuff. The Abbeys have been producing this stuff from, ever. So my overall impression of this beer, yes. If you can find it, definitely grab a bottle. It's not going to be cheap. This one was $25. I knew that I needed to try it. It's Christmas time, and this is going to bring you right in that Christmas spirit. I would have it with a group of people. Now, you can serve it in anything. You don't have to serve it in your little glass like this. A brandy snifter, or perhaps a wine glass would be just fine. Okay, something that they can try a little bit of, get a little bit in them. If they want some, come back for more. I'm sorry, folks. I had to pour just a little bit more. This is some excellent stuff, I got to tell you. Anyhow, thank you for being here today. This is our next to last video that we're going to do for the year. I've got another good Christmas beer coming up for you. Stay tuned for that. That should be in about a week from now. Remember, subscribe, right? Give us some love. Give us a like. Become part of the community here. Let us know what you think in the comments. If there's a beer you want us to try, leave it there. We're more than happy to see if we can find it. And remember, folks, right here we have the Beer Review Logbook. A nice little notebook that I found off of Amazon, $8.99. Go grab it, put it in your pocket, take it to your next beer adventure. And of course, we have the Beer Judge Certification Beer Score Sheet. It's a little bit easier. You can fold it, put it in your pocket. Next time you're out and about and you want to rate a beer, write down your experiences there. And it also has a little bit of information on what type of flavors you're tasting. If you have an off flavor, it'll help you to kind of diagnose that. So be on the lookout for that. And here we've got the Upstate Ale Trail. Go to one of our tap rooms, our breweries, or a lot of the restaurants will have them. The Upstate Ale Trail is your local guide to all of the great tap rooms, breweries, and beer venues around the Upstate. We've got a ton of them. Go visit them. Show them some love. Some of them may be out of business, so you may want to call ahead, but definitely pick up a copy of that. As I always say, Prost! Chin chin! Kanpai! Salud! Slancha! And of course from America, Merry Christmas! Cheers. Peace, love, and beer.